if you're carnivore, you already know who I mean when I say the name Kelly Hogan. If you're just following because you thought this meal I'm about to make sounds interesting, then hi, welcome. I'm Terry, and I have lost 92 pounds following an animal-based diet, which is meat, some dairy, and eggs. I don't know if eggs, sometimes some people say eggs is dairy, some don't. It's a dead, or it's a, it's a pre-animal. Anyway, sorry, happy Saturday morning. So anyway, the reason why I bring up Kelly is because she has been helping a group of people lose weight, and go follow her channel, which is My Zero Carb Life. She has been eating this way for, I think it's either 11 or 12 years now. She's been on an animal-based diet. She's cured a lot of her health issues, and she helps run the group, Facebook group, Zeroing In on Health. So one of the things that she's been experimenting with lately is a more lean meat instead of just, so she ate mostly McDonald's burgers for the past 10, 11 years. And she's tried various things as fads come and go. And currently she is trying a more leaner meat kind of thing, but not all the time. She does like some lean days and some not lean days, like just regular 80-20 days. Both ways, she said she eats until she's full. So she's not lowering the amount of what she eats. She just eats and eats when she's hungry, and stops when she's full. It's just a matter of what she's eating. And so, anyway, I thought I might try a little bit of that. Might try some, just something a little bit different, Been doing this a year and a half, so, and I'm going to see if this helps break my stall. Sorry, I'm trying to open this chicken, and it's not. There we go. So, I still have, let's see what I got in the refrigerator. Hang on. Or freezer. 1, 2, 3, 4. I still have 6 days worth of my burgers. So I'm not going to make any burgers this week. But I'm going to see how I feel and if I like doing 2 days of lean meat to then 1 day of my burgers. I may love it, I may hate it, but never hurts to see what how to tweak something. Some people, according to the group, some people lose weight when they add more fat. Some people lose weight when they take salt out of their eating, off their food, if they don't salt their food. So people in the group have all said there's various ways that they have helped themselves lose weight. So I'm just going to try this one. So on Instagram, I follow, I want to say it's Carnivorouschef, and he has a channel here on YouTube. And one of the things he made was, what the heck was it called? I'm so silly. Chicken and dumplings. So that's what we're gonna try today. But first off, I just need chicken. I need the chicken so for the week anyway. So being low and low, being the Who am I kidding? Being the lazy chef that I am, cook that I am, I love the crock pot as much as possible. Anything that I can do to be lazy is what I'm going to do. So, add my chicken, and I don't add broth to chicken. I just add water. And so I'm going to there's a crack in this lid. That's funny because it's leaking. Let me just get a regular glass so I don't dribble water all over my counter. So I'm just going to put enough to, I don't know, not really, I guess I'll cover it. I mean, I know it's going to make more. So in the past when I've done chicken, I've added extra fat to it so it could keep me fuller longer. Well, since I'm trying this lean fat day thing, I don't want to add extra fat. So, I'm just going to do just chicken. I'm just going to crock pot the chicken. And I'll see how it goes. Okay. I definitely want seasonings. Chicken is one of those things that, man, when it's bland, it is bland. So I got my trusty garlic pepper. I'm going to have to, I think I got this. Where the heck did I get this at? I think I got it at either Dollar Tree or TJ Maxx. One of the two. I don't know. But what I do know is I need to find out where I got it because I need more of this. I've always loved garlic salt, but this garlic pepper is amazing. The amount of flavor that it gives is just like, holy mackerel. But I do tend to put too much on. So, because then I'm like gagging from all the, from how powerful it is. So, we're going to let this chicken cook. And I got the boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I do have to eat, just so you know, I have to eat more chicken to fill up. Or maybe it's just something going on with my hormones. A lot of times I eat like half or 2/3 of a rotisserie chicken. Last night, whenever I usually just have 2 burgers, I was so hungry. I ate a whole stinking rotisserie chicken. The whole thing. So, I don't know. Anyway, I don't try to second guess myself. It just makes me too, whatever. I just eat the meat I like and can afford, and eat when I'm hungry, stop when I'm full. That's what I'm focusing on. So, we've got our chicken. We're going to let these get done. And to make the dumplings that he made, he took ground chicken, egg, and pork rinds. So, let's see if I still have some pork rinds. Yep. I made these a while back, and I just stored in my freezer because I don't use them very often. So, I will be putting in some of this in with the ground chicken and eggs. And I'm going to just leave this out on the counter because, they've been in the freezer, and there's nothing wrong with them being in the freezer, but I'll let them get room temperature. So, I guess I'll see you in a few hours. Probably, it usually takes 4 to 5 hours for chicken, for me, for my chicken to cook on low in the crock pot. I'll see you then. Here we go. I did crank it up to high because I wanted it to hurry up. I'm a very impatient person. I emptied one crock pot. Now I'm Emptying the other. I'm just straining it with this and putting the chicken into a pan. The other crock pot, I have it, I dumped the juice out and it's in like a, I don't know, like a skillet kind of, like a big old skillet. So I figure I can do some, I'll make the chicken and dumpling broth, or out of that chicken broth. And, but I need the chicken. And there's quite a bit of broth in the other one. I mean, obviously I've used a lot of water. So, now, you got yourself some good broth here. It's got, flavoring and chicken and some of the remnants. I know boneless, skinless chicken breasts or boneless, skinless thighs, but there's usually some little bit of fat in it and skin. So now I'm just kind of chopping it up and shredding it-ish. Ooh, that's a bone. Hold up. That's going to be too hot to grab. Just set it over here. There. Now in the video I saw, he probably gave more clear, amounts and such, but, this is me, and I prefer to just kind of wing it 90% of the time. So, there we have our chicken. I'm going to set this aside for the time being. And I'm going to work on... I need to set that aside too. Look at puppy dog. Because I'm going to want to save this broth for something. I don't know what yet, but save it because... I guess there's quite a bit, and I don't want to knock it over. So let me move this over to my kitchen table. Okay, so he used eggs, and he used this ground chicken. Now he used food processor, which might be a really good idea, but I am to get up there and get it and get everything down, it's just be a big mess. So I think instead I'm going old-fashioned. I'm going to use this already dirty crock pot. And I've got my ground chicken here. That's a double film. That's weird. Okay, so put the chicken in there. And then do a couple eggs. Should have done the dry ingredients first because now my gloves are messy. And I tell you, I go through more gloves because of foolishness. I don't know, let's try a cup. Okay. Need more gloves. More gloves. I think what I'm going to use to start with is, I got this from Pampered Chef, and I used it this morning. I was hungry after I started with the chicken. You know, that smelled good. So I had to start with something. I was hungry. So I had some sausage, and this thing works really well. Well, you've seen me use it with in my crock pot with the ground beef. So it's doing a good job kind of mixing it all together a little bit, but everything sticks to it. So now I'm going to go in with my hands. Okay. So what he did in his video was he got this really good, and then he used a spoon and did like drop dumplings, which is good. I mean, that's fine. I like that idea. But what I'm thinking, I don't really, I mean, and in the end, he says it does not have the taste of a dumpling or necessarily the texture of a dumpling, but it was more of, you know, there was something like a noodle or something in there, and it wasn't just chicken floating in water. So, but it was just more or less, you know, sometimes you want something that gives you a feeling of eating like a real person, like a non-carnivore person. All right, so now what I think I'm going to do, let's see, okay, 2 pair of gloves. Let's see how many we go through. But what I think I'm going to do, just a second here. Put my eggs away. Listening to, I don't even know what I was watching, but then that song by, I think it's Goyote, and it's something like, well, I cannot sing, but I'm doing it anyway. Something about somebody that I used to know, that's what it was called, the song's called, and I was listening to it, and I like that song. It's just a song about a boy and girl, and they broke up, and now she treats him like somebody she used to know, and hurts his little heart. He thinks she should at least act like she knows him, because she said in the song when they broke up, she said they'll always be friends, and then he's sad because she doesn't act like they'll always be friends. But anyway, it's just a catchy music and catchy song, and so that's kind of stuck in my head, so I keep whistling it and humming it. Now, you don't have to go through all this. If you're the type that likes those drop dumplings, then do that. But go back and watch his video. Like I said, it was Carnivorouschef, I believe was his name. And I don't remember the name of the video. I wonder. Hang on. Didn't have to cut me out. disturb the, disturb the, I think it was them. Anyways, no, 3 Days Grace. They did a good cover of it, of that song. Get your nose back, y'all. It's nothing to see here. Move along, nothing to see here. Now, what I have over on the other side, on behind me, and I'll move y'all there in a second. I have my, that broth. It's in the skillet, and I'm bringing it, got down on simmer like a ding dong. Okay, so now let me bring it up to a boil. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to see how this works. This may be a total flop, but you know, it'll be a flop with your help. We're a team. You, me, and this phone I got. Here we go. Meow. 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 It's hitting chunks because it's like kind of gashing up a little bit, but that's all right. Doesn't have to look perfect or pretty. We don't care. It's just going in our belly. We're not looking for perfection here, thankfully. We just want something that will be fun to try. Okay, well, I'm going to turn you off and then move you so that way we can see when the water starts boiling how this plays out. This could be a total flop or it could be pretty fun. We'll see. Okay, just so you can see, I've got 2 of these. This is the broth. I have 2 of them. So, got little pieces of cooked off chicken and some chicken fat. And so I've got it in the refrigerator. I'm kind of letting it solidify a little bit. And then I'll put it over into the freezer and I will have chicken broth. I went ahead and popped this into the refrigerator while I was waiting on the water to boil. It took about 2 or 3 minutes. So it didn't take, this wasn't in the refrigerator very long. But this is raw chicken. So remember that as you're cooking it. So I'm just going to gently place these in here to boil for a couple minutes. I want to break them up a little bit better. That one, I had a couple of them sticking together. But anyway, remember it's egg and chicken. So be careful when you're handling it and don't just, touch it with your hands and then pick up your kid or some raw food and without washing your hands first. Don't want to get the salmonella. They're just kind of floating around in here. I think his boiled for about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna, just so I don't undercook it, I'll do 5 minutes and then I'll drop in a couple more. Maybe I'll do all the outer edges. Okay. So now just let them kind of boil and see what we get. Will you quit licking my hand? I have nothing for you, bud. If you have any you want to break up, go right ahead. If you got some that are a little too big, or what have you. And feel free to dress the seasoning and do it how you want. I'm going to see how the chicken itself tastes so I can... Good, but the chicken's a little bland. Not enough seasonings. So when I know these are cooked, I will taste the broth. I should have done that first, but will you go on, puppy dog? I should have done that first, but that would make too much sense. So I won't make you watch this for the next 3 minutes. Nobody wants to watch a pot boil. I'll show you when it's done. Timer just beeped. I'm going to recycle this. I've got the chicken bagged up. So I'm going to put it in here and we're just going to see how it looks in the middle. Yeah. Fluffy, white, almost like what you'd expect a dumpling to look like in the middle. Interesting. So I'm just going to put it in here as a place for it to cool down. Ooh, except I should have used a thingy. Whoa. It's a little bit hot. Okay. Cut another one in half just to take a look at it. Yeah, looks the same. There's no pink like, you know, like the raw chicken. So, now I'm going to drop some more in. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. They hear the word okay. Like when I say okay, usually to them, that means you can stop doing whatever it is you're doing and I'll give you a treat. So it's so funny. They come running from the other room just because they hear me say the word okay. So anyway, we've got probably one more batch to do. And I will show you how it all looks when it is done. Looks like a peanut brittle, don't it? Over there, it looks like peanut brittle. Here is one of those dumplings. I'm bringing it a little closer. So, well, see the texture. It's probably a chunk of, what's that stuff called? Oh my god, pork rinds. Anyway, I bit my lip. The texture, that is almost, kind of like a chewy dumpling. But, so that is kind of a cool texture. I like it. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Okay, then they're all done. And I've got the leftover remnants of chicken broth. I'm going to add some heavy cream. Cup maybe? I have no idea. And I'm going to keep that boiling a little bit. I want it to Kind of like he says in his video, you know, whenever you are cooking dumplings, you have the flour that's in the dumplings that kind of thickens up the broth of the chicken and dumplings. So I am going to use cream and then kind of simmer it down a little bit and let that thicken up. It's not going to be a lot like normal chicken and dumplings because I don't like a lot of soupy, watery stuff. I don't want to fill up on liquid. I'd rather fill up on my meats. So I'm gonna simmer it down to be a little bit more than a sauce. But I'm gonna simmer it, and then I'm gonna put the chicken back in here. In the meantime, I'm portioning out the chicken, the noodles, and I'll show you how I do that. The reason why because if I just dump it all together and scoop it out, it's just gonna be a big mess. So my thought process is I'll portion out the chicken, the noodles, and then I'll scoop it out of here whenever I get to that stage. So I'll show you that as this thickens up a little bit. Okay, it's only been a couple of minutes, but I don't want it to be like super thick like an Alfredo or something. I just want it to be thicker, a little thicker than, or thicker than broth. So I put all the chicken back in here for storage, and I'll show you what I've done with the noodles. And now the reason why I want it all together is because, like I said a while ago, the chicken was a little bland. A second here. The chicken was a little bland, and this broth is pretty darn good. So if I can let the chicken sit in here and kind of simmer in here for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, 7 minutes. I don't want it to cook. I just want it to steep and absorb those flavors. So here's what I did with the chicken dumplings, the noodles, the whatever you want to call them. That's them, and that's them. I've got 3 bowls. So this is still the texture. Still the texture. It's about as thick as a hamburger. You could do them thinner maybe and see how that works for you. They really are good. So I've got 3 of those containers. And then after this sits for, like I said, about, let me set a timer. I'll set a timer for about 10-15 minutes. And then, like I said, just kind of let that all simmer together on low. And then I'll put it in there and I'll show you what I've done. I'll show you the final result. By the way, these are pretty good. These ahas. You know, I have strawberry, and supposedly it is water and natural flavorings, which of course that's probably fruit, but there's no fruit in it, and I don't know. It's something with flavor, and you know, I'm hoping that this just doesn't kill me. So that's something I drink, is that and water. But okay, I will show you that in about, I think I set it for 12 minutes. Somewhere between 10 and 15. So I'll show you when I get that ready. Okay, this is a great texture. Let's see if I can bring it closer to you. And it's going to have the chicken, the liquid. It's got a little thickness to it, but not. It's thinner than a milk gravy, but it's about as thick as like a chicken gravy. I don't know if you're from the country, you'll know what that means. I don't know, but So now I'm gonna just kind of try to evenly divide it into these 3 containers. Oh, about to make a mess. So something about chicken, when you buy 10 pounds of ground beef, it seems like it stays 10 pounds of ground beef. Like, well, okay, it stays almost 10 pounds of ground beef. You lose some of it. But with chicken, you lose a lot. Like, this was 10 pounds of chicken. And usually I usually get about, let's see, 5 days. I think I usually get about 5 days or so of meals, of 2 pounds worth of meals. And this, it seems like I'm getting less than that. But, I mean, I'm not going to cry. I'll just remember that when you buy chicken, that even though it says 10 pounds, it seems like it becomes less than 10 pounds, more so than beef. Or maybe it's just me and I don't know what I'm talking about. That very well could be the case. I'm not going to show you the other side of my kitchen sink because holy mackerel, it's a hot mess. So this is what it'll look like. I'm trying to angle it. So, you know what? Here, let me just do this. Let me just tip you forward so you can see down into it. So that's how it looks. That's how it's going to be. That is my version of chicken and dumplings. And it's pretty. Let me just take a bite. I'll dig to the bottom because I need a noodle. Ooh, that's going to be hot. And the noodles stay square, so that's pretty cool. Gonna burn the fire out of my mouth. Better blow first. That's good. That's good. Go follow that guy. I don't know what other recipes he has, but go follow that fella. And make you some of this. That was good. And it wasn't hard. I mean, you saw it. Obviously, it took a while, but I got 3 fun meals that are different and that'll be good. And yeah, something fun and different to try for the week. So, all right. Have a good weekend. Bye.